Good morning, and happy Tuesday, and welcome to the Tri-State Traffic Show. O'Don, your traffic jockey here in the traffic center here for, again, a Tuesday morning, already October the 18th. It's very hard to believe it's already October the 18th. Welcome. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter here this morning, so please dial us in. We're going towards 9 o'clock. On this Tuesday morning, a little bit cloudy out there, a little cooler than it was yesterday, just a little bit of a bite in the air. I think that is just a preview of things to come over the next 72 hours or so. Megan Sweeney is going to be in the Weather Center from the Weather Watchers Club over at Rutgers. She'll be coming along here in about 10 minutes or so at around 7:15. Yankees last night got rained out. I'm surprised they waited that long to try to play the game. They should have just called it right away instead of just making those fans get out there in that miserable weather last night. Probably should have just called the game yesterday afternoon and said, forget it, we're going to play tomorrow afternoon, which is what they're actually going to be doing now. But unfortunately, all those fans had to pay the parking and all that other stuff. Hopefully, I doubt any of that's refundable, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure. But anyway, it would have been nice had they made that call earlier in the day to just save some people some whatever aggravation, whatever I'm going to call it, to go to the game. I actually was listening to the it was really in between trying to find out whether the game was going to get started with Sweeney Murdy yesterday and on the fan, and had some guy call in, and I think this was probably about 9:30 or so, give or take, 9:15, 9:30, somewhere in there. He was saying that, he was asking them if the game was sold out, which it was, but he was asking, well, could he, if the game did start at, let's say, 10:05 or something, or 10:15, could he go to the stadium and try to get a ticket to get in? Because for all the people that, likely left or just didn't even show up. But I thought it was kind of interesting trying to get in on the back end of things there. Probably not too bad of an idea if it was a regular season game, but a playoff game, But anyway, so Yankee game is this afternoon at 4:07 or 4:37. I think it's 4:37. That's the start time. So right in the middle of the evening rush hour. Another great timing on Major League Baseball's part. Just got to push these games along, just got to keep pumping them out. Anyway, that's where we stand here this morning. So let's get to the action. I'm going to open up the comments section right now. Comments are open. And we are sponsored this half hour by Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery, CranfordVanillaBeanCreamery.com for all of your ice cream needs. Let's go to our maps here this morning. Give you the overall snapshot of what got happening here for a Tuesday morning. So let's start in New Jersey again, as we always do. We just kind of gotten used to that format. We will go to 78. I think something's happening here. Well, just kind of went red. A little heavy here east of Cokesbury Road in Lebanon Township. East of exit 20 is a little bit heavy. Dare I say that there maybe is a peak of sun? The sun only came up right about now. I think sunrise is 7:10. Yeah, I think sunrise is 7:10 here. So we're just on sunrise. So I highly doubt that's any kind of sun glare. Not yet, at least. But a little bit of volume to watch out for. Also, we've got Route 80. Got some issues here at 15. Some delays. And again, from Denville in towards Parsippany. Let's go to the incident page. We also have a crash here on the Parkway north of 138. And southbound at 132. Got that broken down vehicle. So here's the southbound side. as you come into 132, passing the Colonial Rest area. We'll go to the cameras on that. I think we can probably see that. And then north up to 138. Looks like that hit is gone, but still a week of damage behind it. Back to 135. Our turnpike is doing better than it was yesterday, because yesterday was just a colossal nightmare getting out to 13A with all that port traffic, but we're still fairly heavy north of 12 into 13. And then we will go north on the Parkway, heavy through Essex County. But 80, 208, 23, Route 46, 17, Route 4, 202. We're in pretty good shape here this morning on a terrible ride. 18 is a little heavy here, getting up to Edgeboro Road, but to be expected. Turnpike, Parkway, all clear throughout central and south of Jersey, and then our normal bacchanal traffic on 42 and 55. Heading up into westbound 76, 295 south into the Aljo curve, we are heavy. See if we can take a look at that Parkway situation, if I see anything. I almost feel like roads are still a little moist. See kind of a little bit of a shine here. I don't know. I wonder if they're paving the Parkway here. It certainly does need it. See, they were looking for it here. It's heavy traffic, but I don't really. The camera's not going to show us much. But while we're on the Parkway cameras, we'll just kind of run through them. 145. 148 heading north. You can see the clouds here. Interesting kind of sunrise. Again, until we set the clocks back, we still have another. It's November 6th, I believe, is the time change. So what are we doing? It's 2 weeks Halloween. It'll be 2 weeks from Sunday. Set things back. So we're at 7:10 now. Another 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 days, about 20 days. Going to add about another 2 minutes. We're going to get close to about 7:25, almost 7:30. We'll set the clocks back and then go to 6:30. All right, so 7:13 is our time. Let's go to transit now. Let's dial that in. It's good. Newark Light Rail, a bunch of cancellations here. Wow. 719 from, well, no, there's more. 724, 719 from Grove. 714, Branchbrook. What's going on there? Silver Lake, 659 from Branchbrook Park. 647, 657. Grove Street, 628, departure from Grove Street, 652, departure from Newark, 638, departure from Branchbrook Park, 656, departure from Newark Penn, canceled. Lots of canceled trains, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, almost 14 canceled trains there on the Newark subway, Newark Light Rail, really. Riverline up to 30-minute delays, both the rest from Riverside and Trenton because of a disabled train at Delanco. Okay. Let's see here. Auntie Anna says, Buenos dias. Good morning. Good morning, Anna. Coming in from the Jersey Shore. Good morning to you. So 7:15 is our time. Let me just take a look. See if Megan is ready in the weather center. And And she is. This first weather, it's kind of short. So let's go to Megan in the Weather Center. Good morning.
Thanks, Don. So we're going to see a gradual warm up as we go throughout our week with plenty of sunshine to come with great weather for a beautiful fall weekend. For your morning commute, we are going to have some lovely clear skies as well as in the afternoon. For today's highs, we're seeing 57 degrees in Trenton, 57 in Atlantic City, 56 up in White Plains, and 57 in Milford, Connecticut. And for your lows, we're going to see 35 in Trenton, 39 in Atlantic City, 40 out on Long Island, and 37 in White Plains, New York. Back to you, Don.
Thank you, Megan. And we'll have a look at that 7-day weather forecast coming up at 7:45. This half hour is sponsored by the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery, CranfordVanillaBeanCreamery.com, 22 North Avenue West in Cranford, New Jersey. 908-272-3000 is the phone number. Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery, again.com is the website. Head over to the best shop in the land for some of the best ice cream anywhere to be found. Go talk to our friend Ralph there at the shop. And I believe he's closed on Mondays now, so he's just coming off of a nice 2-day weekend. And hopefully he's a baseball fan like I am, and it was probably enjoying these games. There's some of just the offerings there: chocolate cookies and cream, triple strawberry, s'moreo, vanilla chocolate strawberry. So just a plethora of wonderful flavors to choose from. He also has these great ice cream sandwiches to enjoy. The chip witches, the flying saucers, the pillowy soft vanilla ice cream. Here's some more of this wonderful ice cream: the cotton candy, the grasshopper, the cappuccino crunch, as well as the Oreo super crunch. So again, Ralph has just an amazing lineup of ice cream. He has some sugar-free options. He has dairy-free options. He has soft serve ice cream. He has frozen yogurt. He's got something for everyone, and including these wonderful all occasion cakes, birthday cakes, however you'd like to put them. The small round comes in at 4 to 8. Larger cake is 10 to 12. And he has the sheet cakes, the monster sheet cakes of up to 40 people. 40 people on a sheet cake. That's that's a lot of ice cream. Got to have a lot of kids, right? I don't know. But so there is the wonderful all occasion cakes here from the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. These are just some of the toppings you can put on: the peanut butter, the marshmallow, the candied walnuts, the fruit, to make yourself a wonderful Sunday at the best place in the tri-state area for ice cream, the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. 908-272-3000, 22 North Avenue West, historic Cranford, New Jersey. And head over to the website, CranfordVanillaBeanCreamery.com. We thank Ralph for sponsoring the show. All right. So let's go back to our action here this morning. Dial this in. Let's see here. Anna, great job. Megan, having to see the weather watchers tech issues have been resolved. I did enjoy the behind the scenes look too. I did too. Yeah, it was good. It was a good, definitely was a good look. No question about that. Kind of a fun, like you said, Anna, behind the scenes type view that you normally don't get. But yes, very nice job for Megan here this morning. We got one issue here: crash investigation in the Bronx River Parkway northbound. All lanes are shut at the Moshaloo, ever popular, underrated Moshaloo Parkway. People are probably going, where is Moshaloo? Moshaloo Parkway is up here. Right? I think it starts right in here. Southern Boulevard. So the Bronx River Parkway doesn't really. There's the Moshaloo here. Is it actually labeled Moshaloo? Theodore Kazimiroff Boulevard. It is Moshaloo Parkway. It is labeled that. Lights? I didn't think it did. It does have lights. It kind of opens up almost to a Belt Parkway esque type. July. Moshlo needs to be paved. I swear it turns more into an actual parkway, like the Belt. I guess I was wrong. I've never been on this. This is one of the roads I've not been on. Essentially, it's almost a connector through Van Cortlandt Park. But I don't know why this says got to be right in here. So this is the exit for the Moshalo. It's not so much the Moshalo. I think I just like saying the word Moshalo. The Moshalo Parkway. That's really Allerton Avenue. This is where it's closed. Try. Let's see. I don't think there's any cameras up that way. I think some of the reasons why it's a parkway is that it probably just because if they didn't put the parkway moniker on it. Something out here. Whether that's related or not, I don't know. Camera's like right in here. Yeah, if they didn't put the parkway moniker, you'd have tractor trailer traffic banging out of the Deegan, cutting right through the park, right down through here instead of staying with the Deegan. That's a lot of it. So Parkway though, we're too far south. Lost my bearings here. Hold on. No, it's not it. That's something else. That's something else because this is the that's where it is. It's right there. Fortunately, there are no cameras. Zero eyes on this. Try 7:23 is your time. Good morning. You were watching the Tri-State Traffic Show, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter this morning. Go into here. Sometimes the DOT itself has some additional cameras that the state, that the city just doesn't have. And that's exactly what it is. Look at this. How the city doesn't have that camera is beyond me. There's your Bronx River Parkway heading north. The one report I heard was that somebody got struck. That's probably what more than likely took place there, unfortunately. So hopefully that individual's okay. But shutting down a major parkway here. I wonder why the city doesn't have that camera. Interesting. I wonder what the deal is. So that is the issue here. Getting up to Allerton Avenue. That's where that crash is. That's where they're diverting the traffic off to, is Allerton Ave, and for the Moshalo. So if you're coming out of, let's say, Soundview this morning, may want to head to the east and take the Hutch further north if that's where you need to head. I think will be a little bit better of a ride for you. This point in the game, let's head back to Staten Island now, kind of run it through. Let's see. Connor, welcome. Good morning, happy Tuesday. Good morning to you, sir. Can I get an update for the traffic in Middlesex County? All right, we can oblige that. So here we go. Here's 18. I think if I remember from the last time, I believe that you may use 18. 18 at Edgeboro is heavy, but what else is new? Starting to slow up a little bit getting into Route 1, but then after that, as you travel out to Highland Park, we are clear. Not a whole lot going on there along Route 18. Route 1, things are fine as well. Route 9, the Turnpike. We're going to be in good shape this morning. 287 is starting to get busier there in the Edison area as you approach into South Plainfield. Parkway is good across the, a little heavy exiting for 127, but that's kind of normal. 34, Route 9 is fine. Turnpike is looking good. Route 1 through Plainsboro, South Brunswick. North Brunswick is clear, so really not a whole lot happening here this morning. And that really is going to be about it. A Parkway a little heavy here in Colonia. North on the Turnpike to Carteret is busy 12 of 13. So there you go, Connor. If it's a specific road you're looking for, just type it in the comments and we'll look at that. So north on the West Shore, a little heavy here on the exit to the Staten Island Expressway. See any issues, but Pelham Parkway. Let's go back to this Bronx River. That's it's a big scene, unfortunately. Where were we going? We're going to Staten Island. That's right. You know what it was? I was watching Monday Night Football last night, and I just probably wasn't the smartest move in the world to do. I don't know who won, so don't say anything, please. Nice. That they put the same cameras in twice. That's a good shot from about a week ago. Nice. Nice. Oh, look at that. Look at that. All right. Let's go back to the maps now. Now we're just fooling around here. So east on the Staten Island Expressway, we are heavy here at Toad Hill Road across the Verrazano. Again, just starting to see that sun populating into your eyes. Inbound Gowanus at Fort Hamilton through Industry City is heavy. Outbound side, they're saying there is a crash there. See if we can take a look at that for you. Go here. Well, they are looking for something. Wow. Camera's really moving around in the wind. Can't tell whether that. Whoa. Whoa. It's not any stabilization, obviously, on that camera. That's a pretty picture there. You can see the clearing off to the west. That's getting up across the top of the world this morning. I'm just trying to see if I could find that camera that's got anything on it that would show us that situation. This half hour is sponsored by the Shaved Cave, 1471 Raritan Road in Clark, conveniently located off the Parkway at exits 135 and 136. 908-325-6283. Follow Omar on Instagram at Chop GO and also by Maxim Motor Cars, Maxim Motor Cars LLC.com, 303 West Clinton Street. It's Route 15 in Dover, New Jersey, Morris County, 973-620-9060. All right, so let's do this. No, that's typical, the same stuff. So I didn't see anything. There's nothing put into the system. Maguana's heavy onto the BQE, northbound on the FDR. That was the other spot we were going to go to. Saw that crop up here moments ago, just moments ago, past the Manhattan Bridge. Oh, FDR doesn't have a whole lot of cameras. They're all like on the road underneath it. Oof. Ah. Oh, there's definitely something happening here north of the Manhattan Bridge, and we're jacked all the way back to the Battery Park underpass. So look for that. BQE is just heavy here at the Kosciuszko Bridge. Lower roadway, the LIE is heavy west. Midtown Tunnel about 15. 10 at the Ed Koch. FCR Drive going south here at the 130s down in towards the upper 100s is heavy. West side also busy coming off of the George Washington Bridge all the way back to the Henry Hudson Bridge. Looks like we got some slow traffic here north on the Deegan at Willis, and then coming across the RFK Triborough, that is busy. Southbound on the Deegan is just jacked up, coming all the way out of Yonkers. So is the Sawmill Henry Hudson combo. Southbound Bronx River Parkway, a disaster getting out to that accident scene. Obviously, no heading north is shut here at Allerton. West on the CBX is heavy out of 3rd Avenue, and then southbound on the Bruckner is heavy here at the Bronx River Parkway. Bruckner heavy both ways here, getting up into the Hutch. You know, a little bit of congestion here through the construction at the Whitestone. Throgs Neck also a little congested coming back into the Bronx. Whitestone Expressway is getting hammered here this morning. The Clearview, that was the other issue here, heading north just into Bayside. Bayside High. Where's Zach Morris? Let's see. Area 53 Adventure Park. That, of course, there's no cameras. Why would there be? Usually the Clearview is the best road in the city, but not today. This one, let's go to the city cameras. Not quite sure how the 511 DOT from the state has these cameras, but the city, see, it's this one here at 26th Ave. That's the one. That's the one we just showed there. So it looks like it's up by the golf course, our collision right here. So if you coming out of southeastern Queens, you're better off to a degree with the Cross Island. Coming off the LIE out of Lake Success, you're better off with the Cross Island North, not the Clearview. Westbound LIE is heavy here as you come out of Lake Success all the way to Queens Boulevard, and then west on the Grand Central is heavy here at LaGuardia. And then that's LaGuardia there, but this is up by St. John's, I should say. Both ways of the Van Wyck is heavy here at Hillside Avenue, and then west on the Belt is busy out at the Van Wyck, and then the Cross Island is crowded north of the Southern State Parkway. Connor says, can check Route 18 at Edgeboro Road. We certainly can do that, sir. Better for you. Incident page here. Northbound, southbound 295, the Alger curve. That's why that was so heavy. Earlier on 295 to Edgeboro, and that actually looks pretty good. That's northbound that heads away, getting up into Route 1. This is out at the Turnpike. That's okay. Narracon Plaza, northbound, starting to slow up a little bit into Route 1, and this is going to be getting just north of Route 1. It's heavy. So there you go. Alexandra, good morning. First time back in the city. Don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing after coming off of the windward side of Kauai, right? She says no issues with the commute, but still jet lag. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time. That 6 hour time difference is a little stiff. Probably going to take you about a week. But you're probably better off that you came back now, because I think that, in 2.5 weeks, when we say the clock's back, now maybe that would help you. I don't know, because Hawaii doesn't change the time. So it would only be a 5 hour difference instead of 6, but that still may throw you off. So, just look back on the pictures and run video on a TV or something with sounds of Hawaii. That'll ease you back into the mass chaos in Manhattan, right? Let's go to Long Island now, here at 7:36. And no matching records. That's good. Hudson Valley. Dial that in. Wow. Eastbound Route 6. The shoulder is out at Roahook Road. Okay. Connecticut. Let's bring that into the conversation. Just normal delays. Let's go back to the maps here this morning. It's a little bit lighter. I think there is a religious holiday yesterday and today. I can look that up, but that may also be a reason why some of our traffic is lighter than normal. Just some southern states, some normal here from 17 over towards 28. LIE West here at the connector is heavy. Northern state from the connector all the way down to Lakefield Road. West in the LIE at 135 is heavy. Suffolk, a little bit of crowding at Deer Park Avenue. And again, some westbound volume getting into Vets. Sunrise Highway's heavy here at the merge. Out towards eastern Suffolk, getting into the Hamptons. Hampton Bays, Southampton, Watermill, Bridgehampton is going to be a heavy ride. So, so there we go with our delays on Long Island. Let's go to Connecticut now. Normal stuff. Bridgeport will go 50 down through just about 36. 95 is heavy, 28 all the way out through just about exit 6 on the Greenwich-Stamford border. Rockland County, 287 east, some sun glare now hitting you in the eyes from 1 through 5. That's about it. South on the Hutch, a little busy getting south of 287. Cross County, kind of normal stuff both ways between the Hutch and the Sawmill. And everything heading south into the Bronx is just jacked up. It's south here on the Thruway, Deegan Combo, Bronx River Parkway, obviously because of the closure at Allerton going north. Then the Sawmill as you head south of the Cross County Thruway. Some delays here, normal stuff from 14 down to 13 into 12, and then across the Tappan Zee Bridge. Rockland County, the Thruway, 1784, we're fine. Beacon Bridge, that is good. 84, that is clear. Route 9 is quiet all the way out to Carmel Hamlet. Brewster, west on 84 is heavy at the 684 interchange, and 684 getting south into Katona is going to be crowded. Alexandra says, we watched Blue Hawaii last night because we missed it so much. Yeah, that's a good movie. That's with Elvis, right? I think it is. Blue Hawaii. West on 84 in Southbury. Newtown, lots of crowding getting into Danbury. Let's run down path trains now. Got, come on. That was some yesterday, so nothing there. Let's go to the MTA. Just one plan reroute on the D in the Bronx. That's been going on for a little bit until December. So there we go. Oh, I went the wrong way. Here we go. We got to go back to the rails now. Everything is on or close except for the Waterbury branch. Got some minor backups here. Waterbury branch customers may experience delays of up to 20 minutes because of signal issues between Waterbury and Beacon Falls. Okay. There we go with the rails. Let's dive into the Hudson River crossings now here at 741. You're watching Tri-State Traffic Show. Come join the conversation with Anna, Alexandra, and Connor and myself this morning. Type in the comments. About 35 on average at the George, about 45 at the Lincoln, about a half an hour at the Holland. There was some earlier issues on the outbound 495 viaduct, I think around Kennedy Boulevard. I think kind of messed up the morning ride a little bit with some rubbernecking delays. So I think that's the reason why that is kind of just backed up the way it is. Keyboard to work now. Come on. This wireless keyboard is really just a real pain. Sometimes it just, I don't know. As much as I don't like the wire with the keyboard. Let's see here. ASP alternate side parking. Alternate side of the parking has its own Twitter. Like that. It's got 275,000 followers. That's something. Look out. Where is it? Yeah, suspended for Simkus Torah. Hope I'm pronouncing that correct. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that correctly. Religious observances. So that may be why some of our traffic is a little lighter. Some of our friends observing that. I don't know anything about that particular religious day, so I don't know if it's an observance, celebration. I'm not sure, but we'll go with observance to. So there may be some that are observing that holiday today, so that could be the reason why some of our volume is down a little bit. Sometimes you can kind of plan your travels again around traffic, and traffic is so important to everybody in this area that you can kind of gauge it a little bit by the alternate sides in the city. I mean, they suspend the alternate sides quite a bit. It used to be a calendar. Let's see here now. So here's the calendar. Let's see here, 17 to 18. Yesterday was a different holiday. It's Torah. Diwali next Monday, they're suspended. And then All Saints Day on Tuesday, Election Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving, Immaculate Conception, and on Christmas Day. There's your calendar. As you can see, just a whole bunch of different observances. find that interesting, the alternate sides. Anyway, I digress. Some zoning out here, it seems like. Well, let's go to the Weather Center. Let's have a conversation with Megan this morning about our forecast. Good morning, Megan.
Thank you, Don. So we're going to see a gradual warm up throughout our week with plenty of sunshine to come for a beautiful fall weekend ahead. For our commuting forecast, we're going to see perfectly clear skies in the morning as well as your evening commute. For today's highs, we're seeing 58 in Camden, 57 in Trenton, 57 in New York, and 57 out on Long Island. For the lows, we're seeing 38 in Camden, 35 in Trenton, 40 in New York, and 40 up there in Milford, Connecticut. For our futurecast, we are seeing some rain leaving overnight tonight, but as our days go on, we will be seeing clear skies throughout. You will be seeing some snow precipitation up in Pennsylvania during Wednesday and Thursday, but for the tri-state area, we're seeing beautiful skies. For the 7-day forecast, like I said, beautiful skies throughout the week with a high of 55 on Tuesday. We are seeing some chilly lows with 35 as the low on Tuesday and Wednesday. But as we go into Thursday and Friday, we are seeing that gradual warm up with Friday hitting a high of 61 degrees and a low of 40. Saturday and Sunday, gorgeous skies in the upper 60s, and Monday, 67 with mostly sunny skies. Thank you, Don. Back to you.
Thank you, Megan. Nice job as always. And we'll see you back in the Weather Center here at 8:15. Another check of our forecast, but that 7-day weather forecast has a lot of golden suns out there. So take advantage of this crisp fall weather. And now the leaves are going to be changing in earnest. Also, get your fresh fall cut on here over at the Shaved Cave, 1471 Raritan Road, 908-325-6283. You can contact my guy here, Omar, at Chop God, CHOPGO Alex is the owner. He's the gentleman on the right in this photograph, and that's the shop there. It's kind of gone through a little bit of a different change. This counter is no longer there. It's on the other side, so it kind of opens up things just a bit. But it definitely has a modern feel to a classic barber shop. And that's the Shaved Cave, 1471 Raritan Road in Clark, New Jersey, right off the Garden State Parkway at 135 or 136 either. It's kind of sandwiched right in between. But you can see did a nice job here in his second year at the Shaved Cave. Opened up, I think, early 2020, right as the pandemic shut everything down. So, but they are still going here, and the place is always busy. So if you are going to be heading over to the Shaved Cave, tell them you saw it on the Tri-State Traffic Show. Also call and make an appointment, I think, is the best way to do it, just to save your time, their time. And again, average haircut probably takes about 30 minutes or so. But anyway, this is the Shaved Cave. Once again, we thank them for sponsoring the Tri-State Traffic Show. Going for a hot towel shave. All your manly grooming needs at 1471 Raritan Road in Clark, 908-325-6283. And you can look up my guy there on Instagram at ChopGod, CHOPGO. That's Omar. And Alex, once again, is going to be the proprietor of this establishment, Mr. Alex Rivera. All right, so we thank the Shaved Cave for sponsoring the broadcast. Let's head over to Maxim Motors. 973-620-9060. That's Maxim Motor Cars here out in Morris County. That'll be in Dover. That's 303 West Clinton Street, Unit C. It's really Route 15 if you're playing at home on your GPS. But not everyone can afford a $40,000 vehicle, right? So these are some quality, affordable vehicles for you to choose from. Subaru Forester, 16.5. This Camry is a 20-year-old car, but it probably runs like a champ. $7,500 there, $6,500 for the Ford Focus. Grand Cherokee, 18.5. Subaru Forester, I should say, premium there. Ford Taurus, 4,200. Who knows, man? That's a collectible. I don't know. This Mustang GT convertible at 10.9. Volvo at 28.9. 2015 Toyota RAV4. I sold the Honda, so that's out of the lineup. I think he puts the newer cars at the front. I'm not sure. Jeep Renegade, Nissan Frontier. That's got stick shift. The Pontiac G8 7900, 164,000 miles. And he finally sold the Prius. Look at that. Finally sold the Prius, but the 2007 Volvo is still available for 6,200. So again, Maxim Motor Cars, go speak to Nick. He's the owner along with his father, Anthony. 973-620-9060. Again, 620-9060 is the phone number. 973 out in Dover, 303 West Clinton Street. Maxim Motor Cars LLC.com is the website. We thank them for sponsoring the big broadcast here today. Speaking of cars, wanted to show you this. Got this in the inbox here from our friends over at Cadillac. And this is the new Celestiq. Let's see what Connor say here. Connor says Woodbridge Ave is a slow and go after you exit Route 1. Okay, thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Let me just dial that in here. Ave. Make sure I get this right. Did you say off of Route 1? I believe you said. That's right. Where is it? It's up in here. Grandview turns into Woodbridge Avenue. You're coming into Edison. So you're coming out to this section here. If I'm picking you up where you're dialing Woodbridge Avenue in, although Woodbridge Avenue I think it connects in a couple different spots. Woodbridge Avenue also, see, this is where it is. I'm sorry, it's down here, down in here. There we go. I knew it was 514, but I knew there was an extension as well. Off on here, maybe heading out to Middlesex Community College, which is right here. Middlesex College. They took the community out, I guess. I guess they did, like Union College. It's right in here. Yeah, this is always a tough spot coming through the section by Kilmer. All right. What was it? Oh, this Celestiq is kind of an interesting vehicle for Cadillac. I mean, that's like something you'd see in iRobot with Will Smith driving it or something, right? Whether this is the actual production vehicle, I believe it is. So this is going to be a bespoke vehicle. Like that means basically you can make this a one of one. Price tag, I believe, is a couple $100,000, 300,000. So, how many of these are actually going to sell is beyond me. Hand-built vehicles to be offered globally each year. It's an all-electric vehicle, 111 kilowatt hour battery pack, 2-motor all-wheel drive, 600 horsepower, 640 foot-pounds of torque. Drive range at 300 on a full charge. I mean, this is a huge vehicle. I don't know what the numbers are. Adding 78 miles of range and only 10 minutes of a charge at a public DC fast charging station. Just trying to see if it would show us, would tell me what the specs are. Wow, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on here. Hmm. Hmm. 7:56 is our time here. Pardon the digression. We're just kind of just running through something I just got in an email to be. Look at this. Expected to go into production in December of 2023. An estimated MSRP to begin north of 300,000, an increase based on level of personalization. Assuming that you can available. Oh, I'm going to jump on that right away. I mean, they sell if they be lucky to sell 20 of these cars. In not going to lie, it's definitely something that it's got to be, it's I think it's either you like it or you don't. It's definitely a polarizing type vehicle. This whole thing is all one screen, it looks like. Wow. It's almost like a shooting brake type vehicle. It's very I think it's kind of cool looking, but not a 300 large. I mean, if they can make a smaller version of that in some capacity, uh, you know, maybe that would maybe take off a little bit. Connor says, sorry, let me clarify. It's the exit after you cross the bridge near Honda and Edison. Yeah, gotcha. Over by the right across the street from the Edison Diner. Yes, sir. Gotcha. Thank you for that. Surprised that's all the imagery there. I know a couple of the auto YouTubers have done some walkarounds and things like that. So I'll have to watch one of those, see what it kind of looks like. But all right, so 7:58 now is our time. We're coming up on 8 o'clock now. We're going to cycle back to New Jersey and we'll check out the deal here. 280 West at exit 10, the lane is shut there. Southbound 295 at exit 29, shoulder is out. Parkway South 135, all lanes open. Parkway South 130. Okay, it's in there twice. Show you that. Uh, this computer is really running slow today. That's the other thing too. I'm wondering if Apple. There's been rumors that Apple's going to release something sooner than later, but this is west on 280. Look here. There may be a camera that actually works or not. Let's see. Have that. Yeah, that's here at Day Street. It's kind of just around the corner, just before you start your approach up into Prospect Avenue and the large hill there. Watch for that. So that's a right lane closure. Eastbound on the Bay Extension, outside entry at 14. All lanes are open. Slow anyway, just because that. West on 78, local lanes are fairly heavy through that stretch. Getting out to 14 is busy. It's amazing how just one day and everything is fine here. Getting out to the port, there's just no traffic at all. Looks like there was another crash here, another hit just north of 13. That's why we're back to almost 11. Why that hasn't just yet, but again, it's very possible it just happened. Let's go to the turnpike now. We are here at 8 o'clock. Whoops. Here. And again, we're sponsored by the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. 908-272-3000 is the phone number. Let's head to 13. You can see that's a slow ride. It's closer, just past 13, just after that location, I think, is where we're dealing with the potential crash this morning. This is at 13, not showing us anything. That's a good scene. Here it is at 11. All right, so just kind of our normal delays, at 17 is all jacked up here. This shouldn't be. This is another crash. They haven't got this one yet either. Heading south of Franklin Turnpike, it looks like, yeah, south in the Franklin. We are back towards West Saddle River Road. I'll look for that this morning. And then north on 17, north out of Paramus is busy. Both ways at 208, fairly crowded out to Fairlawn Avenue. This 17 is just jacked here from Route 4 all the way up, passing the Parkway. Both ways here at Central Avenue and Rochelle Park, east along Route 4 at Hackensack Avenue, west on 80 is busy at Route 20, east on 46, that's crowded in Route 3, west on 46, west on 3, that's busy as well. Let's see, west on 280 is busy as you get out to Fairfield area, just west of the Parsippany. East on 80, a lot of sun glare, 30 down through 38. Both ways at 15 is busy there by the Jefferson Diner. Both ways at 24 is heavy off of 287, west on 24, passing the mall at Short Hills. That is crowded. It's going to Central Jersey. Let's go out west here. 78 is fine. So is 46 and 80. Up to the northwest section, 15 to 06. That's clear. 23 Hamburg Sussex Wantage. Good. Let's go to Hillsborough now. 206 is busy getting into Duke Farms. Crowded around the Flemington traffic circle. One that is a little bit busy through South Brunswick, 130, Turnpike, Parkway, 18, Route 9. All just some minor backups here. 36, Highland, Seabright, Monmouth Beach, 18, 195, but 295. We're seeing a lot of traffic here as well. Heading through Hamilton, really haven't seen much in the way of delay. Something must have happened here, getting up into 65. North of 33, just a lot of traffic though for some reason. I think something happened because usually this has been playing fairly nicely the last couple of mornings, or most of the summer really. I didn't see that. And also, yes, I was heading the direction to Middlesex College. So okay, Connor. We got that, and it's always busy through that stretch, And actually, if you go just a little bit to the east of that on 514 Woodbridge Ave, getting to the Wawa there is a real challenge as well. It's always busy. Get some cheap gas and some good breakfast food, right? 29 busy into the Trenton Tunnel, heading up into Route 1. So we continue down through 295. South on the Turnpike is heavy here, south of 4, because of the word of that crash on 295 out by Route 30, exit 29, Haddon Heights. So cameras there. Whoa. Had the 17 issue. North at Ridgewood Ave. Past the Parkway, southbound at Racetrack Road in Ridgewood, 2 lanes closed. So now the pieces are starting to fall into place. Crash southbound on 295 at exit 29. That's where we're going. Let's see here. Ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't show me anything. Try this camera here at US 30. That's normally heavy both ways there. Whatever it is on the shoulder, but it's still kind of screwing traffic up. Everyone's got to stop and have a conversation or something. I don't know what, but take a look. So there we go with that. Widen this up just a bit. Again, 4255 is heavy. Some heavy traffic here along 73, getting into the Turnpike, out to Maple Shade, out to 38. That's going to be a heavy ride. Ben Franklin Bridge is fairly crowded as well. Walt Whitman, I like that a little bit better. I believe this evening is the first game, Phillies Pods, NLCS, out in San Diego. Just another baseball bacchanal bonanza. 55, AC Expressway, Route 9, Parkway, Cape May, Wildwood, Avalon, Seattle City, Ocean City, Atlantic City. Toms River, we are good. Well, there was a little crowding here on 440 into 287. I think something may have happened here at 280. Yeah, cameras here. Easton Avenue. Where's 287? It is. Damn, it is. Easton Ave. Let's see if there's anything. That's north on the left. Possum Town. Oh, they actually moved the camera around slightly, not much. There used to be one at Washington Avenue, a camera, but that is long gone. There's 287 to 28. South is on the left. So there's definitely something happening here coming into Easton Avenue, River Road. Exit 9. So I'm shooting just a little bit out, but I thought maybe they would have been able to grab it here between exits 9 and 10. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have this morning? Go to transit. Bring that into the conversation. We've got just the light rail is really getting hit hard. 745 departure of Hoboken is canceled to 8th Street. Lots of canceled trains here on the Newark Light Rail, all because of track maintenance. So check those schedules. There's about 10, 15, 20 trains canceled. And let's see, where's the river line? 744 departs from Camden to Trenton, originated at St. Vincent, and the river line is up to 30 minutes delays both ways between Riverside and Trenton Station. Okay. Path now. Bring that into the show. Let's see here. Trey resuming. That's from yesterday. Here to the incident page for the city. We still have that northbound Bronx River Parkway shut at Allerton Avenue. Crash on the FDR Drive at Marginal Street. That's the one down further. And a broken down truck on 440 North at the Staten Island Expressway. Right in here. Right in there. Unfortunately, there wasn't any cameras. Back to this here this morning. So there is the delay. The delay must be on that ramp. That's not going to show us anything. This camera here, they need to turn around the other way. You'll be able to see it. Let's see. Let's just. Camera's not working. That's the reason why. Okay. See how far back that delay. These are the cameras from like a week ago. Is that it on the right shoulder? Can't really tell. Must be on the ramp. It's got to be just on that ramp right in here. And again, partially again because of our religious observance is one. That's why traffic is down a little bit. And then this holdback here on the West Shore is making the Staten Island Expressway fantastic. As you head into Diker Heights and Bath Beach, Bell Parkway, a little bit of congestion here between Coney Island Avenue out to Bay 8th. Inbound Gowanus is a mess. Typical stuff into the BQE, Midtown Tunnel. I mean, the Battery Tunnel is about 15 minutes. There's that northbound FDR crash all the way back to the west side now in the Battery Park underpass. Brooklyn Bridge is a bit slow as well because then the exiting volume getting onto the FDR North. Williamsburg Bridge a little bit heavy. BQE, normal stuff over the Kosciuszko Bridge, about a half an hour at the Midtown Tunnel. Edcotch, about 10 minutes or so. FDR Drive, some pockets of volume coming down off the Upper East Side from the 80s down into the 30s, and then south along the FDR is heavy here at the RFK Triborough. Go to the westbound Grand Central, heavy at LaGuardia. LIE is just really jammed getting into Queens Boulevard. And then the Grand Central is also fairly crowded getting in through Q. Inbound Jackie is heavy both ways of the Van Wyck, heavy in the normal spots. Hillside, Atlantic Avenue. North on the Cross Island, busy the Southern State on up to the Grand Central. They're saying a crash there on the LIE this morning. Dial that in. Oh, hey now. Here. See. I think it's right in here. Bring up anything? Nope. East. Heavy, but I don't see anything. Not to say that there wasn't anything, because I think there was some capacity. Let's go to Grand Central at the clear view. See anything there as well? They were saying maybe a little bit of a hit. This is out the area of St. John's. Seems fine. Here, so whatever it is, I think is gone. North on the Cross Island is still busy up through Clearview Golf Course, Whitestone Expressway, hammered up to the Throgs Neck. Let's go back into the Bronx, that northbound Bronx River Parkway. Now back to the Bronx River Park. Now back to the Bruckner in Soundview because of that closure heading north. Again, you're better off if you can make your way to the Hutch, and I think that's what some are making their way here to the Bruckner 95 combination, whatever you want to call it, heading up to Pelham Parkway because of the closure there. Deegan still very heavy out of Van Cortlandt. Some rebelling here actually at the Mosholu Parkway. Let's go back up into the Bronx, and we will dial that camera in on the BRP at Allerton. It's right there. There's your video. So we're still shut down, heading northbound. Still with this police investigation. Did hear that possibly someone was struck on the parkway. So hopefully that individual is okay. But when they shut down a parkway like this, a major roadway in the city, sometimes this doesn't. Been doing this a long time, and the longer this stays out there, more than likely the outcome is grim. But we will hope and pray that that is not the case. But you see the AI unit is on scene. But they're diverting all the traffic here. This is saying at Mace Avenue. Where's Mace Avenue? Mace Avenue. That's right here. Now, the accident is right here. It looks like it's right up in here. This is where they're sending all the traffic on the Southern Boulevard. Is that what this is? It's really the Mosholu, but Southern Boulevard. For what reason they don't close off this exit? Why would you have people get onto this exit just to sit in this traffic to come back and turn all the way around? Make any sense? They should just put a cruiser there and close it off. But it is just wreaking havoc here, unfortunately, into Pelham Parkway. You see all those exits are just jacked up here out by the Bronx Zoo. And again, we are backed up all the way into Soundview. This is well over an hour to try to populate that. Just avoid the Bronx River Parkway here altogether. Yeah, Unfortunately, it's just local roads basically to get up through the Grand Concourse could help you, but then you still got to get over towards the stadium. So, Bronxville Parkway is the place to avoid. That's really the top story. Let's go to the Weather Center and talk to Megan about our forecast. Good morning.
Thanks, Don. So we're going to see a gradual warm up as we go throughout our week with plenty of sunshine to come with great weather for a beautiful fall weekend. For your morning commute, we are going to have some lovely clear skies as well as in the afternoon. For today's highs, we're seeing 57 degrees in Trenton, 57 in Atlantic City, 56 up in White Plains, and 57 in Milford, Connecticut. And for your lows, we're going to see 35 in Trenton, 39 in Atlantic City, 40 out on Long Island, and 37 in White Plains, New York. Back to you, Don.
Thank you, Megan. Good morning to you. Nice job in the Weather Centre. We'll get a last and final check of your forecast there coming up at 8:45. Let's talk to you again about the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. Let's just bring in his Facebook page just to see if Ralph has got some other flavors. I think it's too early really for the winter flavors, but you never know with Ralph. So what you get. This caramel gooey dewy decimal system flavor is, I think, past here. He still has the fall flavors: pumpkin spice, Oreo, pumpkin, apple cider donut, cinnamon, and crumb. So that is still out there for the rest of the season. Just delicious stuff. Again, 908-272-3000 is the phone number. CranfordVanillaBeanCreamery.com. He is open, now closed on Mondays yesterday, but he'll open today at noon. So noon today from 12 to 9:30, I believe, or 9 o'clock, I think, 12 to 9, and 12 to 10 Friday, Saturday, and 12 to 9 as well on Sunday. But he does take Mondays off now in the fall to kind of regroup just a little bit. And again, let's show you the website itself. That's his Facebook page. So you definitely want to, if you can, please head over to the website for more information. This is just some of the flavors that he has to offer: M&M Explosion, Black Raspberry, Cherry Vanilla, Bananas Foster, Triple Strawberry, Cookie Monster, Grasshopper, and Oreo Cheesecake. Also, the Bananas Foster is an award-winning ice cream. Cookie dough, vanilla chocolate chip, party cake, holy cannoli, fudge brownie sundae. Wonderful stuff. He also has these amazing other treats: the vanilla cupcakes, as well as the Oreo pies, Heath bar pies, ice cream sandwiches, classic flying saucers, chip wedges, those pillowy soft vanilla ice cream flavors inside of the chocolate wafers and the chip wedges. I wonder if Ralph could make that, if he can kind of bespoke some of the ice cream sandwiches, the cookies, like the chocolate chip cookies, but instead of vanilla soft serve, maybe put pumpkin spice in them. I'll have to ask him about that. Wondering if it's just a matter of filling the cookies with the pumpkin spice ice cream. Maybe could be a little more difficult, but I'm not sure. That's a question. I'll have to try to stop in this week and say hello. I haven't seen Ralph in a couple weeks, probably more like a month. We've got these wonderful ice cream cakes. Small round serve 7 to 8. Large sheet again up to 40 people. That's a monster sheet cake. That's like 8-10 pounds worth of ice cream. Oreo, Reese's Pieces, M&M, signature Bananas Foster, party cake, chocolate blackout, mocha bomb. So just delicious stuff here with these wonderful ice cream cakes. So head over to 22 North Avenue West in Cranford, New Jersey. 908-272-3000 is the phone number. Once again, he closed on Mondays, but it's 12:30. Pardon me. I thought it was 12, but I'm not sure whether this if he said that the website needs to be updated a little bit. But I'd say anytime after 12:30, we'll go with that. In case he's open early, well then good. If not, then 12:30 is the time. 12:30, 9:30 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 12 to 10, and 12 to 9 on Sunday. Again, conveniently located right off of the New Jersey Transit's historic Raritan Valley line in down Cranford. All right, so we thank Ralph for sponsoring the big broadcast. Let's go back to our action again. We still have the Bronx River Parkway shut here in the city, going north out by Allerton Avenue, just north of the Bronx Zoo. This ongoing accident investigation, it's been ongoing for quite some time. The last couple of hours, unfortunately, and traffic is just absolutely hammered all the way back to the Bruckner. Got to be careful there. Let's go to the Southern State crash here eastbound at Hempstead Avenue. Cameras. See if we are able to pick up anything. It's right here. 18. Yeah, that left lane, there it is. The left lane is out of service. There we go with that. That car was really, oof. That's a tough spot. Wow. You got the sun glare hitting you in the eyes. Pay attention here east on the southern. Oof. Couldn't have gotten over just a little bit more onto the grassy shoulder there. That would have helped out safety-wise. Not a whole lot of traffic behind it. Again, I think it's partially with our religious observance today is certainly a big part of the conversation. Another Meadowbrook now. Some sun glare, kind of just normal delays, but it is lighter than what it was yesterday. LIE here at the connector, 39 is busy, into 44 is heavy. West on the Southern State is busy out to 109. Some volume here west on the LIE out to Vets Highway. Sunrise Highway is crowded here at the merge. Hampton Bays, Southampton, Watermill, Bridgehampton, east on Sunrise Highway. That is just jacked up this morning. And a lot of sun glare. Let's go to Connecticut. I'm thinking something may have happened on the Merritt around 8:34. 95, Merritt, Route 8. Okay, so let's go here. 95 south of 20, the Fairfield rest area, all the way into Greenwich to the border by 5. Parkway is just really jacked up, getting south of 40 all the way out through. I always get the exit wrong here. I think this is 36. Yeah, 36. And heavier, a little bit. It's beginning. This looks great up in Bridgeport, Trumbull, 825. Merritt is fine. A little south, 44 is a little bit busy. I don't know. Maybe somewhere are playing hooky today because they're going to go to the Yankee game because it's going to be a really nice day. 84, we're all backed up here with a crash. Looks like out by what exit is this? 8, 9, 9. West of 9. Newtown is crowded. 8 coming into the Commodore Hull Bridge also is busy. Looks like we have a crash here just before the Derby line. And Ansonia to be mindful of. But Hudson Valley, east along 287, we're busy running off the tap. Westbound is heavy into White Plains. Bronx River Parkway, Sprain, Conic, just regular stuff. 684, a little bit busy here. Purdy's, Golden's Bridge, but even that's going to begin to ease out here shortly. Thruway, we're actually doing well until you get to the Tappan Zee Bridge, but that's about it. Thruway through Rockland County, 17A, Route 6. 84, that is good. Thruway through Woodbury is fine. 84 over to the Beacon Bridge, that is clear. 84 into Ludingtonville, Lake Carmel, Brewster Hill, that's all fine. Let's dial in the MTA. I imagine there's got to be some kind of delays on the subways. I don't know. It's way too quiet. A and C, northbound AC, are running with delays after we remove the train with the mechanical from service at J Street Metro Tech. Okay. Let's go to the rails now. Dial that in to the Waterbury branch, up to 20 minutes because of signal issues on the branch. Okay. It's good to know. Long Island Railroad, again, Metro North, we're on or close. So, you know what? Let's just take a look at there's the keyboard again. Playoff schedule. It's 4:07, so it's even a little bit half an hour earlier. They gotta get to the West Coast and get that Padre game jammed in. Yeah, so it's a 4:07 start here at the stadium. 4:07 start. Really? I know they have to get to Houston for tomorrow night's action, but they should have just pushed this game, the Houston game, instead of 7:37. Why didn't they just put that game at 8:30? Should have just made it 8:30. Give it an extra hour and started this game at 7:07. I know, because they want the people to tune in for both. I get it. I got it. But there's your MLB playoff schedule. Playoffs? NHL doing? I know they started their season. College basketball is going to get started here soon as well. Another 2 weeks or so. Rangers won. So 3-1. The Rangers kind of to a degree picking up where they left off from last season. Lightning lost to the Wild, blown out. Oh, no, they won against the Wild, lost against the Jets, home against Anaheim. Played tomorrow night at home against the Sharks, against the Blue Jackets on Sunday at a 5 o'clock affair there. 5 o'clock on a Sunday. Who's going to a Ranger game at 5 o'clock on a Sunday? Wow, they got some home stretch here. 1, 2, 3, a 4-game home stretch. Islanders, it's almost a home game. They're not going there. It's almost like 5. The next road game is at 2 o'clock on a Saturday. Watching that game on a Saturday at 2 p.m. Or the 8 o'clock start down in Phoenix. Timing of some of these games is just bizarre. It really is. Another like 4-game homestand again. Wow. All right. I digress. Done that quite a bit this morning. Let's talk to you about our sponsor this half hour is Travels with Darley. Darley-Newman.com is her website, and has a wonderful show on PBS Create, Amazon Prime, Wonder Motivation TV's Journey. Darley-Newman, once again, Darley-Newman.com is the website. We'll give you a full look at the program coming up at 8:45. Let's see now. Anna says, here we go. So many good Hawaii movies. 50 First Dates is one of my favorites. Magnum PI, new and original. Keep you satisfied for weeks. Absolutely. Magnum PI, one of my favorite shows. And they clowns over at CBS decided to cancel it for some ridiculous reason. But NBC has now picked it up for seasons 5 and 6. It's only going to be 10 episodes a season, but 10 is better than none. So I'm thinking that's probably going to be a mid-season replacement of some type, sometime in February maybe or so, because I think those Hawaiian shows do well in the, especially here on the East Coast when it's 35 degrees and showing you sandy beaches of Oahu and palm trees and sunshine. I think it just adds to the viewing. That's why those golf matches that they've always start the first rounds of the PGA Tour out in Hawaii, the Sony Open. I forgot what the first one is, but they're both in Hawaii the first 2 weeks of the season. Granted, because the weather in the lower 48 here or continental, for the most part, is fairly chilly, unless you're in Arizona or you're in Southern California or Texas or maybe Florida. But they do start them out in Hawaii, and I think that's some of the reason why just people get that, insatiable, whatever sensation of being there. So that's a good call there, Anna. Didn't see 51st States, but definitely big Magnum PI fan. And a lot of Hawaii, I believe on Kauai, they've also shot some of Jurassic Park, some of those areas up there on the north shore of Kauai, Hawaii, as they think. But I believe some of Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, that whole franchise has been shot up in that location as well, because it does look very prehistoric. As we're saying that, 287, I think we've got a crash here now, coming just south of 47. Yeah, all lanes are open though, but it is pretty jacked up. That's what we're seeing now, right in here. East on 80, east of Route 15. That is still fairly busy. West on 80, west of 46 and 280 is crowded. South along 17, a little busy here from that earlier crash just before Franklin Turnpike. 80 west is busy up by Route 20. West on Route 3 into 46. That's still fairly crowded. Parkway, kind of the normal bacchanal here through Bloomfield. West on 280, we're back into Newark now because of this crash in East Orange out by exit 9. Need to be mindful of Parkway, just some minor backups into Clark and Cranford, and again into Kenilworth and Union. West on 24 is heavy here at the mall at Short Hills, and then both ways of 24 is busy here east of 287. Let's continue over to the Turnpike going north of 13 is still fairly heavy ride into 14. 287 going north both ways here into South Plainfield is busy around Washington Avenue, and then again into Easton Avenue both ways to south of Route 28. Turnpike 2278 is going to be fine. So 80, we go down the shore. Parkway is looking good. 1833, 195, things are fine. North on 29 into the Trenton Tunnel, we're fairly crowded here this morning, but that's normal stuff. It's really this 295 Turnpike. It's really the Turnpike. Really, the Turnpike is busy because people bailed out of the 295 issues there in the Ramblewood 73 vicinity. 295 is still getting hit hard. I think the crash is now gone, or if anything is off to the shoulder. Yeah, I think that's gone, actually. As we get out towards exit 29 here in Haddon Heights for right around Route 30, just before the Aljo curve. So that's why the Turnpike is as heavy as it is. A lot of our friends bailed out here in the 73 and took it to the Turnpike South, but you're enjoying a lot more of your friends there on the southbound Turnpike. So 70 is okay. Ben Franklin, a little bit heavy. Walt Whitman is in good shape. Go to 55 in Vineland, Atlantic City, AC Expressway, Route 9, Seattle City, Parkway is good. Cape May, Wildwood, Avalon, out to Atlantic City, Little Egg Harbor Township, Toms River, Lakewood. Things are going to be fine. Let's take a look at our northwestern section of the state, 206, Route 15. that is clear. Route 80 also in good shape this morning. Let's take a look at, we'll go to NJ Transit now. Last and final check here of this. 8:36 is our time. Lots of canceled trains here on the North Light Rail because of some kind of track maintenance. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, about 18 to 20, about 18 trains are canceled. For that, River Line still continues with 30-minute delays. 30-minute delays both directions, Riverside and Trenton, because of broken down train at the Delanco station. Populate path now. Let's dial that in this morning, see what we have. And nothing. So that's good news. Let's go to the Hudson River crossings. See what we've got cooking here. About 45 at the George, 40 at the Lincoln, 25 to 30 at the Holland. So for the most part, kind of normal stuff. Go back to that Bronx River Parkway. See what we've got cooking still with it. What? We want to go Bronx River Parkway, right? Yeah, we're still under investigation here. That's that northbound Bronx BRP. Oh, it's going to be out of service. Again, that is right in that locale here. And we're back through Soundview. Make your way over to this 95 Bruckner, which I think a lot of our friends are doing, heading north on the Bruckner, getting up onto out to the Throgs Neck extension as we progress further up the line out to the Hutch. That's where we're seeing the busy traffic. Southbound on the Thruway is still crowded here from the Mosholu down to the Cross Bronx. FDR looks like it's got a crash here, getting on the Harlem River Drive, I should say, out to the FDR and the RFK. Lots of initials. Volume coming down the east side. Midtown Tunnel's about 40 minutes, just a ton of traffic there, about 10 to 15, about 10 minutes here at the Ed Koch. Not even that. Williamsburg Bridge is all jacked up. The FDR is still all screwed up here north of the Manhattan Bridge, and that gets back to the Battery Park Underpass. Actually, it looks like it goes into the Battery Park Underpass. There's a camera. Oh, no. Let's see here. That is no video available for this camera. No video. No video. Zero video. That's coming out of the Battery Park Underpass this morning. BPU. But yeah. Okay, let's widen this map up a bit. The belt's still a little congested here at Kennedy. And getting out towards Bay 8th Street, but Staten Island, we're fine. Just even this is beginning to ease up north on the West Shore at the SIE. There was an earlier broken down vehicle. Gowanus combination BQE is just jacked. LI East, a lot of delays here through Casina into the Clearview. Cross Island is busy as you get into Hempstead Turnpike this morning. Whitestone Expressway up to the Whitestone Bridge. That is going to be busy. Let's head out to Long Island. Again, we're beginning to thin it out a little bit. LIE still heavy at 135. Then you get into the LIE connector. Both ways of the southern, we're busy here this morning as we go ahead on into the approach to the Meadowbrook and the Wantagh Parkways. Head north on the Saturday coast is fairly busy, getting out to exit S3. West on the LIE into Vets, 111 is busy out to the east end. Again, just normal delays through Hampton Bay, Southampton, Watermill into Bridgehampton. North Shore, we are fine. Bridgeport, Fairfield, things are good there along 95, but the Merritt still fairly heavy south of 48 into 44, then 41 out to 36, and then 95 is really busy from about 19 south of the Fairfield rest area all the way into Greenwich now on exit 5. Just a lot of volume there this morning. 8 coming into the Shelton area is busy with a crash. 84 west is fairly busy. Heading out to Newtown this morning out of Sandy Hook. A lot of traffic there. Let's go to Lower Westchester now. Let's bring in the Lower Westchester incident page. We haven't looked at that in a while. I can't believe that's the only thing is on Route 100, southbound or Primrose, 139. Shoulder out. It's not causing any problems. 287 east through Elmsford, exits 1 through 5. Tappan Zee Bridge beginning to thin itself out. Most of the Lower Westchester is good. Cross County Parkway both ways here. West of the Hutch is a little bit busy, but to be expected. New England Thruway is good. Rockland County, things are fine. On the Thruway 17. As we go to 84, continuing over to 84 across the Beacon Bridge, the Thruway is fine. 84 into Ludingtonville. Clear. 84 out to Brewster, Peach Lake. 684 south of 84. It's fine. Golden's Bridge into Katona. It's a little bit slow as well. So, yeah. So there we go. We've got, it's beginning to thin out. Again, it's 8:43 in the morning, so it's beginning to slowly dissipate our volume across the board. See what we can bring in now. Connecticut incident page, just on the chance I missed something. Yeah. So Island SEPTA. I haven't checked in with them. Rails, Media Wawa. What is that? Media Wawa station. Outbound train 2307 will originate from North Broad. Okay. The Hudson's again here. We're coming up to weather shortly. So about 45 at the George, about 40 at the Lincoln, 25 to 30 at the Holland. Again, we're going to 9 o'clock now this morning. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter are actually on here this morning, I should have said. I think I mentioned just Facebook. I didn't mention Twitter, but just doing a little bit something different to see if we get, I don't think I can read the comments still from Twitter. I think they're still working on that, but I just want to see what the numbers were for Twitter on the replays, just to see how that is coming into the conversation, to see if that's still somewhat viable. All right, 8:45 is our time, so let's go to Megan in the Weather Center for a last and final check of your forecast. Good morning, Megan.
Thank you, Don. So we're going to see a gradual warm up throughout our week with plenty of sunshine to come for a beautiful fall weekend ahead. For our commuting forecast, we're going to see perfectly clear skies in the morning as well as your evening commute. For today's highs, we're seeing 58 in Camden, 57 in Trenton, 57 in New York, and 57 out on Long Island. For the lows, we're seeing 38 in Camden, 35 in Trenton, 40 in New York, and 40 up there in Milford, Connecticut. For our futurecast, we are seeing some rain leaving overnight tonight, but as our days go on, we will be seeing clear skies throughout. You will be seeing some snow precipitation up in Pennsylvania during Wednesday and Thursday, but for the tri-state area, we're seeing beautiful skies. For the 7-day forecast, like I said, beautiful skies throughout the week with a high of 55 on Tuesday. We are seeing some chilly lows with 35 as the low on Tuesday and Wednesday. But as we go into Thursday and Friday, we are seeing that gradual warm up with Friday hitting a high of 61 degrees and a low of 40. Saturday and Sunday, gorgeous skies in the upper 60s, and Monday 67 with mostly sunny skies. Thank you, Don. Back to you.
Thank you, Megan, and nice job in the Weather Center. We'll see the Weather Watchers back here at 7:15 tomorrow morning on the big broadcast. This half hour is sponsored by Travels with Darlie. Watch on PBS Create, Amazon Prime, Wonder Woman Ocean TV's Journey. Darlie-Newman.com is the website. She's out filming her 10th season, her 10th anniversary season of Travels with Darlie, which will drop sometime early next year. So definitely check out our program. Some of the season 9 episodes are still running. PBS Create is where I find the program, as well as NYC TV channel 25 on Wednesday. So Wednesday is kind of a double feature there. I think it's 1:30 and then 5:30 on Create. But check your local listings for date and time for Travels with Darlie. Darlie does an amazing job with this show. Really shows you a very local end of things for any of the destinations she goes to. Shows you the best place to eat, drink, adventure. There's a lot of hiking and bike riding and horseback riding. So it gives you also a bit of a history lesson as well, what I'm finding for the last couple of seasons. Really interesting stuff as far as the historical aspects of the different destinations that she is going to be in. If you're not familiar with Darlie's program, let's show you a clip of, not sure what season this is, but this is where she was in France, and this little sample of Travels with Darlie. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Darlie Newman, exploring one of the many storybook villages here in the Alsace region of France. Famous for its wine, Christmas cookies, and delectable cuisine, I'm exploring Alsace's quaint villages with locals as the guides.
So welcome to Egisheim, which is one of the cutest Alsatian villages and the oldest. Most of the houses date of the 16th century.
Heidi, it's like a little storybook village here.
Yes, it looks like the time stopped. But this is really real stuff, huh? We're not in Disney World.
From historic architecture to celebrated cuisine, hot wine and pretzels.
And here we say bretzel, not pretzel. A monk invented it in the 9th century. It's supposed to be one of the stinkiest French cheese. And it's different. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much.
Merci. Including in Alsace's capital city of Strasbourg, where flavors meld together that may surprise you.
We call our pizza Flammkuchen. And we don't put tomatoes on the pizza. We put cream, we put onions, we put bacon, and sometimes we put our typical cheese, which is the Münsterkäse, Münster cheese.
That's good.
This is the typical Alsatian cake. The name is Kugelhopf with H.
I like that.
Good, huh?
As Travels with Darlie takes a river cruise along the Rhine River in France and Germany. This is the life, I'm telling you. Walking through a medieval village, eating some quiche Lorraine, and just enjoying Alsace. Great, now we just need some wine to go with this.
So that's just a little sample of Travels with Darlie. Once again, head to our website, darlie-newman.com. You can find our program on PBS Create, Amazon Prime, Wonder Woman Ocean TV's Journey. And we thank Darlie for being a proud sponsor of the Tri-State Traffic Show. All right, friends, we're in the home stretch here this morning. Let's just give you the highlights here as we get ready to wrap it up for a Tuesday morning. We'll run down the issues here. First, north on the Parkway. That they still keep populating that. Must be on the shoulder here at 136 in Cranford Clark. Turnpike, broken down tractor trailer, Turnpike outside exit to Cranberry River Road from 130 from interchange 8A. Debris southbound north of interchange 8A. The center lane is out. South of 4447, there's a crash there in Montville or so. Take a look at, well, dial in the Turnpike cameras. Where did they say that was? 8A? Well, it's not showing us anything there. We're going to try for outside exit at Cranberry South and Route 130. Why do I feel like that is it here? So I have a feeling whatever was there is now gone, and you can't see it because I forgot to take off the banner. Sorry about that, friends. There we go. So yeah, I don't see anything there. Let's see here now. South of 8A. Center lane is out. That would be down in here. So just be careful right in here. I don't see any delays though. Okay. Run down the New York list here. I think it's just easier to populate it all in one spot. Give the incident page a little more room to breathe. So Southern State West at the Meadowbrook, the shoulder is out. 787. Oh, it's way up there in Troy. Okay, that's way out of bounds here. East at the Meadowbrook, left shoulder is out. 22 in Westchester, Birch Hill, and Southeast. West 57th, on West 57th at 6th Avenue. Got on West 57th Street at 6th Avenue. Okay. 440 that we know is, I think that's gone. FDR Drive north, just north of the Manhattan Bridge, that is still there. And the Bronx River Parkway, we are still shut down, getting up to Allerton Avenue. What I wanted to take a look at was 57th at 6th. Let's see if there's anything we can disseminate from the cameras here. Seventh at 6th. Fifth, 6th. 4th. It's gonna be raining here. There's 6th at 57th, but showing uptown traffic on 6th. It's not really showing us anything there on 57th. So 5th at 57th. 7th at 57th. Not much. I don't know. I don't see anything, but not to say it's not there. On the Upper West Side. It's amazing how the Upper West Side barely has any cameras. It's those neighborhood associations and stuff like that that keep those cameras out, I think. It's out by Gray's Papaya on the corner and the 72nd Street subway station. So you see nothing until you get up to Amsterdam at 86th. So I'm up at the park, but there's nothing here along Amsterdam by the Beacon Theater at 74th, 75th, Central Park West, 72nd Street. I wonder what that is. Is that a really almost looks like on the corner of, if you're a fan of the Out of Towners, the original one with Jack Lemmon and Sandy Dennis. They go into the church, and this is where the manhole explosion. It really looks quite familiar. Maybe it could be a couple blocks down, but it all looks almost the same. That's a great movie. The guy who's the producer when he goes into the church and they're setting up for the Easter service, the producer guy, director or whatever from the TV network, that guy is the guy who played Seinfeld, Jack Clampus, the astronaut pen down in Del Boca Vista. It's just funny to see some of these character actors in their early days. But that movie actually had a bunch of decent cameos, if I'm not mistaken. The original. Fact is, you know what? Now I got spark in my head here. Let's just look it up. Sidney Barron, I think his name is, or was. I think he's passed, but. He made it as well with Steve Martin and Goldie Hawn about 20 some odd years ago, but I don't know how good that is. The original was the best. I think it had Ricardo Montalban's brother was the Cuban diplomat. The Cuban diplomat, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. Sandy Barron, TV man. Look at that. How could I remember that? I guess maybe because it was Sandy Dennis too. Jack Lemmon and Mira. That was the other one. I was thinking Jerry Stiller was in this because they always seem to travel together. Carlos Montalban is either Ricardo Montalban's brother or cousin. One of the two. Yeah, it's his brother, Ricardo Montalban. Khan, Mr. Rourke. This guy you've seen it. I think Philip Bruns. I think you've seen that guy in a ton of stuff. Ron Carey from Barney Miller. Levitt. Graham Jarvis. He was the Schooner Tuna guy from Schooner Tuna from Mr. Mom. I forgot what his name was in the film. Dolph Sweet. He was Give Me a Break. Chief Kaniski. Robert Walden. He was a fairly decent actor as far as character actor type stuff. What was his character's name? Mr. Mom. What was his name? Howard Humphreys. That's it. Howard Humphreys. That's right. And Sandy Barron was Jack Clampus. I think I have that right. Jack Klompus. Sorry. Jack Klompus. There we go. Yeah, this was a great movie. Yeah, The Downers. I don't know. I find it fun to watch these kind of movies that shows you, like kind of like what the city was like back in the 70s and obviously how much has changed. But just the way people did things or whatever. So, Route 1 here, and then The Apartment's another one of my favorite movies too. 1960, The Apartment. Jack Lemmon, Fred McMurray. A ton of people in that picture. North and oh gosh, what's her name? How did I forget it? I just had it. It was just on the other night. Shirley MacLaine. Very young Shirley MacLaine, probably in her early 20s at that point. Short hair. Fantastic looking. Oh, she looked great in that movie. What I really think makes The Apartment, one is the visuals, and then two is the soundtrack. I think really adds, it really is hitting home for The Apartment. Anyway, so I digress here. So it looks like Route 1 just past 27. We got something going on there. I think we're going to finish up with that. And we will go cameras, see if anything is possible to view there. I need 18. Sorry about that. It's on 18, just past 27. Let's see if we pick up anything. That's a ton of traffic. Well, there's absolutely something going on. No question about that. That's northbound coming towards us. So we are going to dial that in this morning. So it's just past 27 on the approach into New Brunswick. So that is just jacked up back to Route, almost back to the turnpike now. Hit hard. Let's go to Narracon. Nakatomi Plaza. That's at Narracon. This is at the turnpike. That's okay. I don't think it's going to get back that far. Route 1 is heavy here. And then again into 27. It's just jacked up. Yeah, they're looking for it now. So there goes the police there. So it's just past underneath the railroad. I believe it's where this crash is. So that is going to show up here on our incident page shortly. I had to say that is going to be just in the area of Albany Street, Route 27, northbound, just past that Raritan River Bridge this morning that handles the corridor for New Jersey Transit. All right, so let's do this morning. So 9:03 is your time. Thanks a lot for dialing us in here for the big broadcast on a Tuesday morning. I want to thank Connor, Anna, Alexandra, as always, for joining us on the broadcast. Let's do the shameless promotion. We come off of the Outer Towners here. We will come down here to Traffic Show. Bring that into the conversation. Again, we're going for 200 subscribers and 200 episodes. We're already at episode 115 already. So please pass it along to your friends. Connor, if you're still watching, maybe pass it along to some of your friends at Middlesex College. Have them subscribe to it. Doesn't cost them anything. Helps out myself and Mr. Rocco and the Weather Center. So if you could do that, that would be fantastic. And all the rest of our friends may be watching on the replay. If you could certainly go ahead and like and subscribe to the Tri-State Traffic Show here on YouTube, trying to get as many subscribers as we can. Again, it's been subscriber growth has kind of slowed down just a bit over the last month or so. But if there's a way we can kind of push those numbers up a little bit more, that would be so appreciative to myself and John here in the Weather Center. So there it is on YouTube. We're also on Facebook at Tri-State Traffic Show. So if you can, please go ahead and like that channel as well. I want to thank our sponsors, Travels with Darley, Shaved Cave, Maxim Motor Cars, as well as our legacy sponsor, Original, the OG, Ralph, 13th season out of Queens, coming in from the Cranford Villa Lobby and Creamery. 908-272-3000 is the phone number. Best phone number in the business. Right there. It's like a radio phone number located in Cranford, New Jersey. We thank all of you for watching us. Again, we'll be back tomorrow morning around 7 a.m. So we hope you'll join us as well. Have a terrific Tuesday. Drive safely, and we'll see you tomorrow, everybody.